It's our new favorite song. It's the intro to the Next Level podcast. It's a podcast that covers all things Ridgeview sports from Ridgeview High School in Columbia, South Carolina. Meet the student athletes, coaches, staff, and more that make View County truly next level. Ridgeview High School competes in Region V-AAA of the South Carolina High School League, has been serving the Northeast community since 1995. We've been here a while, y'all. 1995, we have 12 state championships, 13 state runners-up. You can learn more about our athletic department at ridgeviewsports.com and across all social media platforms at Ridgeview Sports. I'm Brian Rosefield, the athletic director here at Ridgeview High School, joined by Charles Proctor.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode.
We are excited about this episode, and of course, Coach Proctor is our boys track coach, and we're making history in here with the Next Level podcast. First of all, we really need to come up with a name for our studio. So if we have a sponsor out there that you want the naming rights to our studio here for the Next Level podcast, hit us up. Let us know when you're leaving those ratings and reviews, which we have seen those. Please keep the feedback coming. We've gotten text messages, emails, but again, wherever you're listening, hit us a thumbs up, or they say smash the thumbs up. Am I too old to be saying smash the thumbs up button there, CP?
Yeah, I don't think that's the proper term.
We'll edit that out. I'm just kidding. We'll not edit that out. But leave us a rating, leave us a review. The numbers on this podcast are looking great, so we appreciate you listening. But we are having for the first time a 4-person episode. Normally it's me, either just me and you, CP, or it's me and you versus plus another guest. But today it's CP and I and 2 guests. It is National Athletic Training Month.
Woo!
Oh my goodness. So of course we have our first class and our next level athletic trainers, Miss Kanisha Jenkins and Jeffrey Sincavage. Welcome to the studio, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, thanks for having us.
They are pumped up, ready to go. They are not nervous at all. They are ready to go. Podcast famous. Here we come.
Hey, let's go.
Do it.
We got some good questions for y'all today.
Well, like we said, March is National Athletic Training Month here, all around the U.S. So, Ms. Jenkins, I'm going to start with you. Tell us a little bit about National Athletic Training Month.
So the purpose of National Athletic Training Month is just to educate everybody about what athletic training is and who we are and what we do. A lot of people actually don't know. We're a relatively young profession, so a lot of people just don't know the importance of athletic trainers. So that's just what the month is all about.
That's going to take me to my next question here. How long have athletic trainers been around? How long has that been a profession?
So the start of athletic training is a little bit different, but athletic training was recognized as an allied healthcare profession in 1990, but athletic trainers have been around since Jeff, quote me here, the Olympic Games, I think is when they say the first.
Yes, a sports medicine professional. I've been around for quite some time, but nationally recognized as athletic trainers is much more recent.
Well, I know that we can't do what we do without you guys. So tell us a little bit about, Jeffrey, how long have you been around Ridgeview High School?
Wow. This is my 9th year.
Wow.
Here at Ridgeview High School. I came here accidentally.
That's a long time, man.
Right.
And then found a home. It's a great place to be.
Well, we're going to talk more about that, the great place that it is. But we're glad that you, whether you accidentally or on purpose, showed up here at Ridgeview High School. Ms. Jenkins, how about you? How long have you been here at Ridgeview High School?
This is only my 3rd year being here.
Okay. All right.
The newbie. So, y'all, a lot of times when we have guests on here, and especially ones who have had the luxury of being around the magical place that we affectionately know as View County. Jeff, I'm going to start with you. You have been here for 9 years. You've seen the transition from us going from Ridgeview High School to View County. What does View County mean to you?
Well, View County means a little bit something different to me. I don't know at what point we transitioned to View County. I think that's just something that we started to call ourselves.
Right.
I think the word that most people overuse is culture, but it's truly about the atmosphere, the expectations that we have here of not just our coaches and our support staff, but ultimately of our athletes and we expect from them, and then we the higher our expectations are, then the better it is to hang our hat on the good things that we do, and we are proud of how we do things here, and I think that's what it embodies to me is our pride in what we're doing within these walls.
I guess I like that, Coach Rose. I think we might need to put that one into our Rolodex of things to use. Is the expectation.
Ooh.
I think that was big right there. Thanks, Jeff.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here. When you say when I hear you say expectations, what are you hearing when he talks about expectations?
It goes back to us sitting in our I would say preseason coaches meeting with you, and you just running down what you expect from the coaches, but not only what you expect. What I'm hearing from Jeff is really what our community expects from us. It's they expect greatness coming from not only our athletic programs, but from our school as a whole. And so it was just good to hear that one, because, I mean, it's true. There is an expectation for View County out there that most people just, they hold us accountable for, and I'm glad that we're able to uphold our end. Ms. Jenkins, I'm not going to let you off the hook. With this being your third year, what does View County mean to you?
I feel like the whole View County mindset was already in motion when I got here. But when I think about it, I think about relationships. The relationships with the coaches, with the staff, with the athletes themselves. I love being able to come to work and talk to people in this building about things that aren't just work. Like, we can laugh, we can joke, we can sit down and do a podcast and not be as nervous as we thought we were going to be. But just building those relationships and knowing that it all means something bigger than just high school.
So, you're taking the expectations piece that Jeffrey talked about, and CP did a great job answering my question. I know you didn't expect me to fire a question at you. And looping in that relationship piece, tell us about those kids that now you've been here 3 years, and you say only 3 years, but 3 years you've impacted a lot of kids. So tell us, have you seen kids that have graduated and that have come back, or have you seen them out in the community? What's that like when you talk about that relationship piece?
Yeah, I've definitely seen kids that have graduated, and the relationships and the expectations kind of tie in together. Because those relationships are there, you can have those high expectations, and the kids meet them because they know you care about them. So, yes, like I said, it goes beyond high school. One of our student aides was on FaceTime with another student aide that graduated last year, and, of course, they were in the training room. So she's like, oh, hey, Ms. Jenkins. So checking in with her, seeing how she's doing. So just being able to do that once the kids leave, or if you just see the kids out at the grocery store or wherever, just knowing that, again, it all goes beyond the walls of Ridgeview.
Yeah. So in line with this expectations, Jeffrey, I'm coming back to you with this question. Being an athletic trainer, tell us what you believe your role is as an athletic trainer, and what impact have you seen that you've had through relationships with kids?
My primary role as the athletic trainer here is to provide medical care, but that takes on a whole bunch of different forms. And how that can impact the kids the most is to provide a person here within the athletic community who will have their back when it comes to what's going on with an injury, and somebody that they can come to that'll give them a chance to compete as they're able to, that won't just remove them for play or send them somewhere that they're not going to get taken care of. So give them a person, but a room, a space, an opportunity to come and talk about their injury or be seen and get some help, and ultimately as a part of them achieving what they want to do on the court, the field, the track, whatever they're trying to do, whatever level they're trying to get to next, we can be a part of that.
It's a unique relationship. Obviously here at Ridgeview we have tons of teachers, and there's that teacher to student relationship, and there's that coach to student athlete relationship that CPU get to have. But you guys as athletic trainers, it's a unique unique relationship. So I appreciate that answer. So I'm coming back to you here, Ms. Jenkins, before CP jumps in with another. I can tell you again, you're chomping at the bit, but I'm going to jump in with one more quick question for you. I turn the mic back over to you. What keeps you coming back? Because let's be honest, like both of y'all are world class. Like we are super fortunate, but you had opportunities coming out of your schooling to go to the college route, go to the pro route, but you chose to come to the high school route, and you stayed. And you said only 3 years, but no, you were doing a heck of a job here leading our program of sports medicine and all the student aides that you have now that are just clamoring to get into your program. But the main question is, what keeps you coming back?
Like I said before, honestly, those relationships, being able to make a difference and be there for the kids when they need you the most. Our job isn't based on wins or losses, but just know the kids knowing that and knowing that we're there for them in their hardest times. So it's going to be times where they don't feel comfortable talking to their coach because that might affect playing time, or they think it might affect, again, how much time they're getting on or off the court or whatever. But with us, they know that we're here for their medical needs. But like Jeff said, it goes beyond just medical care and then just being there for them. A lot of times the kids just need somebody to talk to. And mental health plays a major role in athletics. But just being that listening ear, like he said, letting them feel heard and being there for them.
Nice. Look, I am extremely blessed, and not only just myself. I think I'm going to speak on the behalf of all the entire coaching staff that we are so blessed to have y'all. You go to some of these coaching clinics, and we talk to coaches who might share ATs with another school, or the school might not even have one that is full-time there. And when they say that, I'm baffled. I'm like, how do y'all function? We have two amazing ones, and you tell me you don't, like, how do y'all do things? And so we're definitely blessed to have y'all. Look, I say it all the time. Thank y'all for keeping our horses healthy. And because Jeff, you said it earlier, you'll be in a situation sometimes to where I've been coaching for a little while, been a couple different stops. You'll have some kids that's just been held out and no explanation why they're being held out. And like, I know I can call on y'all at any given time. Shoot, I know I've definitely called y'all at some off work hours about questions about our kids, but I know y'all are definitely going to do everything that you can to get them back out there as fast as they can, as long as they are, medically capable of doing that. So, just on behalf of the entire athletic department, I want to say thank you for all the hard work that you put in for our kids. And dealing with us, I know, look, as coach, I know we are not easy to deal with. I know y'all want to jump on us.
Wait, really?
Look, coach. When I say we, I'm excluding me, but I'm just, I'm just trying to be nice to my counterparts here. I know it's never me. It's always them. But look, I know they put up with a lot coming from us. And so y'all just, before we continue, just want to say thank y'all, and we appreciate y'all so much for all the hard work that y'all put in with us and our kids.
We appreciate that too, and we didn't even get to touch on that. There's so many hats that an athletic trainer might wear, but being on the side of our coaches and being to help bridge the gap, especially when it comes to emergency situations or anything that takes that might happen medically with our kids, to make sure that our coaches are always put in the right spot, that they're well informed, that they are taken care of, that we have their back. We could go on for days about, pulling teams off the field for lightning and making sure that they have keys to the gate and making sure that they're CPR and AED certified still. But we really pride ourselves on making sure that our coaches are taken care of, that they're well educated on what's going on with their athletes, right, that we're not keeping them in the dark, that we're trying to do as much to, because ultimately we're all trying to allow the kids to compete as well as they can. Sometimes that contradicts what a coach is trying to do, but a large part of our job is making sure that we all know that we're rowing the boat in the same direction. Sometimes.
So when it comes to those injuries, what do you guys want our kids to know, our families to know? Like, I remember just a personal story from me when I was coaching cross country here. If I had a kid that did have a kid that turned his ankle, and he went to his general, his pediatrician, and the pediatrician told him, sit it out for 2 weeks. And that was one of those things that for me felt like could have been avoidable had he gone to see our athletic trainers back then at that time. So tell us what you want our kids and our families to know about getting injured around here.
We are not scary. I feel like a lot of times the athletes who don't know, they're like, oh, no, we don't want to go there because they're just going to hold us out. That is, like we've been saying, that's not what we're trying to do. So come in, talk to us, let us know what's going on so that way we can help you, save you money and time.
Parents, did you hear that? They
Money.
are trying to save you money.
Yes, and time.
And so that can be done really, and every injury is different. But if that simple example of a turned ankle, they can come to you guys and get that rehab. Even if it is even post surgery, do some of that rehab after surgery with y'all as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they just have to keep in mind that the community, the student athletes, the coaches, and the coaches do a good job of this. But what we want people to know is that we're here to be that first level of care for these student athletes on our campus, or I mean, truly wherever they compete for Ridgeview High School. We want you to be able to come to us. We want you to communicate with us. And if we can't help you here, we're going to get you to where you need to be to get the best kind of help. And there's a place for urgent care. There's a place for your pediatrician and your general practitioner. But we're gonna do our best to make sure that you get to where you need to be. That will save you money, save you time.
Yes.
But also get you back to play as quickly as possible and as safely as possible.
So I'd love to hear you say that specifically with you and your role about getting our student athletes where they need to be. And then even honestly, sometimes I'm raising my hand, our coaches where they need to go and where they need to be. So tell us about your role with Prisma Health Orthopedics and how you can help get our kids to the right place.
Right. So I'm here at Ridgeview High School as part of a contract with Richland II and Prisma Health Orthopedics. So Dr. Plymel is our team physician, and our goal is for him to see all of our orthopedic injuries, and he bends over backwards to make sure that happens.
Yes,
now,
he does.
If you have another orthopedic someplace else, we can also help to advocate to get you into where you need to be. But if you're not, or if you've already seen Dr. Plymel, we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that happens as quickly as possible. He's got clinic 3 days a week. I know he's a surgeon, but he's got clinic 3 days a week, and he will see our kids on a very quick turnaround. I mean, our first scrimmage up in Chester when you first got here, we had an injury on the field, and he was in surgery that afternoon. It was a Saturday, so we're doing our best to take care of these community members and even coaches too. So reach out to us, communicate with us so that we can get you where you need to be. And if it's not Dr. Plymel, wherever you need to be, we're going to help get you there.
It's all what we've talked about on this podcast, CP, about the experience of the kids and raising that experience and of the families too, in this case as well, and just taking the best care of everybody that we can. So to have you, Ms. Jenkins, to have you, Jeffrey, and then be able to be tied with Prisma Health. I'll never forget. I'm not going to be too terribly specific, but we had an injury here a couple of years ago, and where a kid really needed to go to the ER, and doggone Dr. Plymel opened up the office that night and got the kid in to be seen. And I can't remember if it was a surgery situation or not, but I'm thinking, like, what in the world? Like, how fortunate are we to have Prisma, somebody that really cares about the kids, to not have them sit in an ER for what could have been 4 to 6, 8 hours to just put a bandage on it and say, go see your orthopedic whenever you can. But to just incredible level of care here at Ridgeview High School. We're super fortunate.
Oh, yeah. Y'all, I'm hearing both of y'all talk with so much passion when you're talking about your job here with these kids. And so, I mean, it leads me to no other question than, what is it about being an athletic trainer that drew you into this profession?
That's a good one.
I got cut from sports in high school, so I got looking for something to do. I wanted to be a part of the team, you know what I mean? And that's not far off from a lot of coaches.
Absolutely.
Where you're like, hey, I got to a point in my athletic career where I wasn't good at. I came a little early, in high school. Some people might be college, but and it got to the point where I wasn't good enough to be on the team, and I said, well, let me find a different way. And a pretty unique opportunity to be a medical professional who gets to work with athletes, kids who 99% of the time really want to get better. That's, I think, the little bit difference between us and other medical professionals, even medical professionals who work with within orthopedics. We get to work with athletes who their goal is to heal, to get better, and they're going to do whatever possible to get that done.
Me, I just like helping people. I like sports. And then I just kind of been sucked in ever since I started.
Well, Jeffrey, I love that, and I love your answer too, Ms. Jenkins, but specifically with you getting cut and realizing, hey, I want to be around sports, so what's the next best thing? I'm going to be a team manager. Oh, you know what? I'm going to be a student trainer. So, Ms. Jenkins, I'm coming back to you now with this program that is just absolutely blowing up with our student trainers. Tell us about that program, how many kids you have involved now, how many kids that have applied to be involved next year, and the future of that program.
So our students are called athletic training student aides, and our program wouldn't be what it is without those students. When my first year, we started off with 3 students, and now this year we have 11 students. I think a large part of the growth in that is the fact that there's been a big push by us to make our students feel like they are a team within themselves. So the kids are getting gear. So they're playing the part, they have a uniform, and they have roles, and they feel a responsibility to the student athletes. And I think the other students are seeing that and wanting to be a part of that. And again, kind of just goes back to the relationships that we've talked about. But yeah, I'm kind of overwhelmed with the amount of students we've had apply this year. So I think last time I looked, it was like 35 applications.
Wow.
So just kind of narrowing it down through to figure out who's going to be our group for next year.
It's a very competitive program, and you're right. Those kids do such a great job, and I know they're extra hands and feet for y'all to be able to be more effective in your job. So with it being National Athletic Training Month, we appreciate them. We appreciate you guys. What y'all do is truly next level. It's not just the name of the podcast. We really do appreciate y'all and appreciate y'all coming on. CP, any final thoughts as we wrap it up, my man?
Most definitely. No. Hey, again, just thank you. I'm going to continue to send my battered and bruised kids up there to y'all for y'all to be their saviors. And, hey, just continue to keep pushing our athletes forward. I appreciate y'all.
And I'll tell you, too, before we wrap up, if we have kids, if we have families that need to get in contact with y'all about injuries or training room hours, what's the best place for them to find that information?
So they can head over to ridgeviewsports.com, and then my contact is on there, kajenkins@richland2.org. Shoot me an email.
I mean, my cell phone number should be on there too, hopefully.
Yeah.
My employer expects me to take phone calls from community members.
There you go.
Or not community members, but maybe, but specifically our student athletes and their parents to make sure that we can get them taken care of, get them where they need to be.
All that information is there. So View County community, big shout out again to our athletic trainers, Athletic Training Month. Use them. They are unbelievable resources, and we can't thank you enough for listening to this episode of the Next Level Podcast. CP, we're doing this every Monday.
Hey, every Monday, come back, listen to us, and we're going to have something good for y'all next week.
Every Monday. We'll see you. Leave that rating and review. The Next Level Podcast. We'll see you soon.